Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, if there are gentlemen who are going to listen to this recording. So, as I promised on our gathering at the Oasis Royalty Experience, that I will send a meditative, guided meditation of how to heal your negative emotions. So, if you can remember, there are papers that I gave you that have diagrams of the process that's being followed when you are healing your negative emotions. I know also that that maybe the process that I introduced to you was quite a new process, so I want to explain what it is. The process that I was using is called a neuro-linguistic programming process, where we heal traumas that have happened in our past, which we call it the time healing. So we go back in time and we heal traumas that have happened. Sometimes some of those traumas, we don't remember them because those are the things that happened when we're still young, or those were the things that happened when we were in our mother's womb, or those were the things that happened even before we were born. We know that things that our parents did or our ancestors did, and back until we reach the fourth generation behind us, that those things can affect us negatively. So that is why one of the questions in that paper questionnaire was, when did this happen? Even if you do not know it, but if you connect with yourself and ask yourself, when I'm feeling this negative emotion, where did you start? And you ask your spirit. Your spirit has all the answers. Remember that as human beings, we have the spirit, the soul, and the body. And the spirit part of us records everything that has ever happened in our lives. And the spirit part of us is also called the subconscious part of us. It's a recording area that shelves. It's a shelf. Sometimes when I look at it, it's a huge shelf with many. It's a huge cupboard with many shelves where everything that has ever happened in our life, it's stored. So there are things that are stored in this shelf, in these shelves, that are not serving us, that we need to go and identify and take them out. But what I like about our spirit is that our spirit knows exactly where something is located. So we don't have to look and search and search and search. But when we connect with our spirits and ask right questions, and our spirits then answers us, it gives us answers. So don't worry so much when you do not remember what happened, because there are people who are experiencing emotions, but they cannot connect them to any event that happened in their lives. Okay, remember, we are doing this because our theme was things have happened in my life, but I'm not a victim. And my part was to say, I am letting go of the I was, and I'm awakening the I am. So I'm letting go of the past, and then I'm embracing my present moment and reaching forward to my future. So there is a scripture in the book of Philippians which says, forgetting what is behind and then stretching ourselves to what lies ahead of us, the mark of the high calling. So that is exactly what we are doing right now with this technique. But we are looking at the emotions. So what you need to do is to identify, what negative emotion am I feeling? And most of the time you'll find that most of the emotions that we are feeling, which are negative, have become our emotional home. What do I mean by that is that it's a negative emotion that is constantly there for you. You are always experiencing it. Maybe in a day will not go by without you experiencing that emotion. Or most of the time, when something is happening in your life, you will go to that emotion by default. So now you need to be able to pay attention and then identify those negative emotions and deal with them one by one. I wouldn't advise for a person who have maybe multiple negative emotions to deal with them collectively, because that will mess things up. Identify the greater emotion that you want to deal with, and deal with it, and then pay attention. Maybe give it a month and pay attention whether the other emotion, smaller emotion, still exists, because you'll find that one emotion, other emotions are building or are hanging on this major emotion. So if you heal this one emotion, all the other ones will also be healed. So it's important that you know that and you pay attention to that. Deal with one negative emotion at a time, and then pay attention, see the pattern, and then when you feel good, you can go on and then deal with the next one. Another disclaimer that I want to say is that when you do this technique, you may find that after doing it, you may feel a little bit tired. It's because you have let down, you have let go of a lot of weight that was on your shoulders. So your body will feel that. So if you feel like sleeping, go and sleep. And if you feel like you need to talk to me, you can reach out to me, then we can talk things out and find out what is it that is happening. Maybe if you did the technique but you did not feel better. That is why then there's one of the questions there that says, how intense is that emotion? And then you have to write it down so that you'll be able to know whether it has subsided, it has decreased, or it has increased. So you need to know where you are before you can reach out for the healing. And also there's a part which says, where is that emotion situated? Sometimes you'll find it's in the chest, it's in the head, it's in the shoulders, in the neck. That is important to know so that you'll be able to look for it, and also to identify it, look for it, feel it, so that there is a difference now, you'll be able to tell it, oh, now it's better and I feel more relief. Okay. So this is our guided meditation then. What emotion are you feeling that is negative? So what I would like you to do, looking at that diagram, I hope that diagram you've studied it. So, but right now you can close your eyes. I want you to turn around and look where your past is located. And then look, identify when that emotion was also created. And we are looking for the first time when this emotion was created, so that when we heal it, every other emotions that follows will also be healed. How old were you? Where were you? And then look at that, or be aware of that, and then dissociate yourself, that is, remove yourself from that situation. That is, now you are looking at that situation as if you are watching a movie. Then now I want you to tell me, what are the positive things that you can say about this situation? There is something positive that you can say. And then begin now to mention all those positive things, because we're just going to use them just now. Even if you can pause and write them down on that sheet or on the paper, so that at least when we use them, at least you know what you're talking about. What are the positive things that you are aware of, that you can testify even though the situation has happened? Remember, we are dealing with an emotion. You've identified the emotion. Now I want you to rise up above that situation in a form of a helicopter view and go on top of that time when that thing happened. things happened, but I'm not a victim. Even if you don't remember it, but your spirit will take you there. And I want you to look down on it. And then now you realize, yes, this thing happened, but it did not kill me. Instead, these are the lessons that I've learned. And then you begin to mention them one by one. As you mention them, pocket them in your heart. Put them in your heart drive so that they become a program that is going to run your behavior from now on. And you must make sure that those positive learnings are authentic, something that you believe. It's not a made-up thing, but it's something that is coming from within you, that you know that is true. And once you've pocketed them all in your heart drive, in your heart, then I want you to move forward as if you are Lula, as if you are passing that moment, and then you come down. Now it means now you know that according to time, that moment is approaching you. You're going to come down 15 minutes before that moment comes and then happens and occurs. And then you look at it. By this time, the emotion that you were feeling should be gone. It's gone. It's not there anymore. Because you know that you are the captain of your ship now. You know that you have the ability to choose how you respond. So right now, you are choosing how you respond. You know that in 2024, you will be alive and God will be taking care of you. So there's nothing to fear. The meaning about this situation has turned altogether. And then the next thing, I want you to get into the situation. You know it's happening, but you're going to be fine. God takes care of you. And then quickly now come out of that and then fly up and come back into this present moment. Feels amazing, isn't it? It does. So the next step now will be to identify what is it that you want in your life. What are your goals? What is it that you want to happen? What are your aspirations? It's important to know what you want so that you will know even when you have achieved your goal. So identify what is it that you want about your life. Maybe it could be just one goal amongst many other goals. Because if we break down a human's life, we can say there is a career, there is spiritual life, there's parenting, there's family, there's relationship, there's social life, there's a financial part of life. So there are many pillars that we can look at. Just choose one area and then set up a goal. This is what I want in my life. And how does it look like? And how does it feel? So what I want you to do right now, I want you to choose one day when that thing has already happened. That means now you've experienced it and you are standing on the other side. You are rejoicing, you are experiencing it in the moment. I want you to tell me, or I want you to visualize what is happening. What do you see? It's not that it's going to happen, it's happening. You are experiencing it right now. And it's fulfilled, it's complete, it's already done. So what's happening? What do you see? What colors do you see? What sounds do you hear? Is it a movie? Is it a picture? Are you inside it or are you outside it? So those are all the details that I want you to pay attention to. And know that this is happening right now. It's your reality. It's more real than the physical reality that you are experiencing. Everything is born from the world of the invisible. But when you see it, you make it real. So right now, it's real. It's your reality. I want you to feel the emotion that comes up, whether it's joy, whether it's being calm, whether it's determination. I did give you a list of emotions. Get used to those emotions so that you can have a vocabulary. You can even play around with it. When people ask you, how do you feel? And you say, I'm satisfied. How do you feel? I'm questioning. It's interesting. So what emotion are you feeling right now? I want you to immerse yourself, record it in your body, make yourself familiar with it, and then feel also yourself with gratitude, knowing that God has a plan for your life. In the book of Jeremiah, if I'm not mistaken, chapter 29 says, I know the thoughts that I have for you. The thoughts that I have for you, the plans that I have for you, is for you to prosper and to have a good future. So we are aligning ourselves with the plans, good plans that God has for us. And what we are looking at right now, or what we are experiencing right now, enjoying it, not because it's going to happen, but it's happening already, is aligned with the good plans that God has for our lives. And we are grateful. We are thankful. We are filled with appreciation. So you can sit and enjoy the moment and know that your life has been transformed. Remember, the Bible says, behold, everything is new. Old things have passed away, but everything has been made new. And this is the truth for you today, that you are a new creation. Celebrate that. Hold it. Put it in the gallery of your heart. Always visit this place. Visit this emotion and know that this emotion is better than the previous one. This emotion, you can always choose it unconditionally. You don't have to wait for conditions to come into this environment. It's always available. You are already here experiencing it. And take a deep breath and enjoy your life. Thank you. So one thing that I would like to highlight as I'm remembering is that when you come to a point where you're identifying what is it that I want in my life, please don't say it in a negative form. Like, for instance, most of the time when I ask people, what is it that you want? They will say, I don't want this. I don't want this. No, I'm asking you, what is it that you want? So you need to think carefully when you are answering that question. I want to be free. I want to enjoy life. I want to be successful. I want my business to have a profit of 5 million rands a year or 1 million rands a month. I want to travel the world. I want to travel first class when I travel. I want to have a relationship with my children where they are feeling safe. They can speak to me about anything. I want to have a relationship with my husband, a relationship of trust, to grow old together and to experience life, to have joy, a life that is filled with joy. I want to have relationship, friends that love me, that I love, relationships that are fulfilling, relationships that are filled with integrity. I want to be a woman of integrity. I want to be an epitome of joy, of love. People seeing themselves through the eyes of God and believing it. That's what I want. I want to live a life filled with freedom and abundance. abundance of all things that are good and beautiful. That's what I desire. That's what I want. I want to be a woman of God, a woman who loves God with all her heart, a woman that has surrendered her life into God's hand, surrendered her life into God's will, to do everything according to the plan that was predestined for me. That's what I want. I want to stand before God having lived my life beautifully. And when I look back, I will say, like Paul, that I have kept my faith. I am fulfilled. I am empty of all the things that I was supposed to do. I did them all, and I'm satisfied. That is what I want. I want to live a life of unconditional love, unconditional joy, loving people not because they've done something, but loving people because I'm a lover. That's what I want. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for just listening to this guided meditation, giving it time, and also it's for your own benefit. You can even share this with your colleagues, with your friends, and yeah, whoever you think needs this. But it's quite a very, very powerful practice. I love it. I love it so much. Bless you. Be blessed.